Live from Ed Walsh Field on the campus of Manhattan High School, it's Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, it's the Darien Blue Wave taking on the Manhasset Indians on a sun-splashed, beautiful day. Damian Andrew joining you. Thanks for joining us on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Joining me this afternoon, and it is my pleasure to have Jim O'Malley on the broadcast with us, and the voice of Manhasset athletics for many years, Frank Coughlin. Gentlemen, welcome, and had a little hiccup getting on at the start of this one. It's 1-0 Manhasset, but here we are underway, Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse, and that is a goal for Darien's Ethan Haas, the midfielder, the junior, scores the equalizer, and we are tied at 1. Frank, a lot of future Manhasset varsity players on this field this afternoon.
Yes, that's right, Damian. There's a lot of talent on this team and hard workers, and they continue to stay at it, and that's absolutely true. There's a very good potential for many of the kids on this, many of the boys in this Manhasset JV.
Darien wins possession here, Jim, and they will go to work on offense. Darien in the blue, that Darien blue moving from right to left on your screen. Manhasset in the home whites with the navy shorts moving from left to right. We are tied at 1, just underway. Thanks so much for joining us. Rained all night, and the sun has decided to come out, and it is a beautiful afternoon here in Manhasset on Long Island. An out-of-conference, out-of-state matchup between two programs with just so much tradition, as Darien looking to find a seam in this Manhasset defense. The shot there is wide of the far post, and that was Sean Gifford, the attackman, with the shot. It'll be Manhasset possession as the ball rolls out of bounds. Jim, this is a Darien JV team that is off to a 3-0 start. Impressive wins over Ridgefield, West Hill, and Yorktown. You look at the Ridgefield and Yorktown wins, and big wins when you consider the quality of both of those programs.
Yeah, Damian, you're absolutely right. What I would say about this JV team this year is that it's extremely deep and very broad-based across a lot of the positions, and from goalie to defense to the midfield, it's very aggressive, very athletic, but they got extremely high IQ skills, and up on attack with Matthew Stein. I tell you, he can feed the ball, he can shoot the ball, and he's very slippery. And when you combine the midfield in this attack, they can be quite lethal. So I look forward to a really good game today. Yeah,
this should be a good one between these two. Manhasset slowing it down a bit. We will, of course, broadcast the Varsity Boys Lacrosse game, Battle of the Sound, a annual rivalry between these two storied programs. And Manhasset now setting up shop on offense. And Frank, there's a perfetto on this JV Manhasset Boys Lacrosse team, and of course his older brother is a big-time standout for the Varsity Boys team.
Yes, that's right. And Matthew had the first assist of the game to Alex Jacoby.
And that's Jacoby ringing up another goal, so his second of the afternoon. 6:23 left in the first quarter. It's 2-1 Manhasset as they go back up by a goal. Again, you are watching us live on the DAF Media Network. Thanks so much for doing so. The DAF Media Network is a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, and we are so thrilled to bring this to you. Our DAF Media production crew is Danny Owenati, our director. Our instant replay coordinator is Sarah Bogdan. Camera 1 is Chris Eggs Benedict, one of the best nicknames going, Jim O'Malley. And on camera 2, our ISO camera is Bo Hancock. We're back at Face-Off X here. And it's Chase Gulick and Tyler Chang on the face-off there. We've got a whistle, and that'll be Manhasset possession as they get it across midfield. And here we go. Matthew Perfetto on the far side of the field, carrying the ball. Swings it to Jack McCuster, and this is Hunter Panzik. Tyler Chang comes back out onto the field. Nice dodge there, and the shot sails over the crossbar. The shot by Hunter Panzik, the freshman attack midfielder. And here's Dawson Riley with possession. Ball's in the air. Little jump ball situation. It's on the ground. And back on the ground as Beresheim had it. It'll be a timeout, Manhasset. So a heads-up play by Manhasset JV coach Brian Ackerman. Darien's head coach is Keith McGivney of the JV team. And again, the varsity teams will have at it following this one, and we will bring that to you live on the DAF Media Network. 2-1 Manhasset up. This timeout, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more lacrosse on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network, coming off a timeout by Manhasset. They will go back to work here on offense. The Indians up 2-1. You are watching junior varsity boys lacrosse from Manhasset, New York on the DAF Media Network. Here's Giacobbe, already has 2 goals. Make that a hat trick early on here for Alex Giacobbe, the sophomore. So Giacobbe, Frank, off to a terrific start here for the Indians.
Yes, he's a versatile player and primarily a lefty, and creates separation, as you've seen, puts it on cage, and he's very effective. This is a team that has multiple ways to score. On the second goal, the assist went to Aiden Haggerty, who's the only 8th grader on the team, a very talented, versatile player as well.
Frank, I would imagine a number of these players for the Manhasset JV team will be on the sidelines or in the game during the varsity game coming up after this one.
Well, I'm sure they'll be here. They won't bring anyone up.
They won't, okay.
They will not. We have freshmen and sophomores on the varsity.
Turnover Darien. Here comes Manhasset. So right now, Jim O'Malley, the difference in this game has been possession, and Manhasset has controlled tempo in this one.
They absolutely have, and I actually think today is going to be a lot about ground balls.
Yep.
You know, I think the Darien squad is a big believer a ground ball as good as a goal.
Yeah, we've seen that already play out here early in this one. About 4:15 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Aiden Haggerty moving to his left. And back at X is Matthew Perfetto. His brother, Lewis, will play in the varsity game coming up after this. And good defense here by Oliver Bolton of Darien. Manhasset resets. Here's Beresheim. Nice save by Shutterboom, and the rebound is good. So Dawson Riley with the goal puts Manhasset up 4-1. Great save on the initial shot by Sander Shutterboom, the Darien goalie.
Yes, rebounds are important for players to be focused on. Clear the crease is what we used to say, and Dawson was alert to the save and the kickoff.
Frank, this rivalry goes back a long ways, and of course Lacrosse has been so instrumental in this Manhasset community for years, as it has been in Darien, and it's nice to see these two powerhouses have at it every year.
I agree, and it is important to keep the tradition and to always hold to a high level when we play and enjoy the competition, and it really is a wonderful opportunity for the boys at the JV and the varsity level. I really applaud both schools to make the effort each year.
Here's Evan DeVita with possession for Darien, number 47. Nice pass in front, scoots by, and it's scooped up by Matthew Stein.
Yeah, Matthew Stein he's very, very good on at X, and he's a very crafty attackman for us.
Great dodger. He's looking for someone in front, no one there, and that's a stop by Colin Custer. It looked almost like a pass there.
It was. It got intercepted.
Yeah, they got intercepted.
Yeah. There was also the check by Alex Cozy, the close defenseman, that caused the pass to go awry.
Good job, Matthew.
There's Manhasset now with possession. Giacobbe, ball is taken away by Darien, and here come the Blue Wave in transition.
Number 44, Matthew Cavoli, very, very strong defensive player for us.
Long stick defender for Darien is Cavoli. And Matthew Stein now settles it. Gets it to Gifford. And now up top with possession is Ethan Haas, number 37, the junior. Good defensive effort there by Blaze Conlon. What a great name, Frank.
Yes, it's a grand name, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter between Darien and Manhasset. Nice pass in front, and the save that time by Custer. And another save.
Colin Kester with multiple saves. Colin in the youth league had been a field player and has worked hard to really bring a presence in the goal, and his technique and his work ethic will really mean he'll be on the varsity as a force in years to come.
Ball's on the turf. Possessed by Manhasset, and here come the Indians, as you can hear the faithful in the background, and that is a nice stop there by Shutterboom. And we've got an official timeout. Looks like the Manhasset athletic trainer will tend to one of the players out on the field. While they do that, we will take a quick break. It is 26 seconds left in the first quarter, 4-1 Manhasset. We'll be right back. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. 4-1 Manhasset. Under 30 seconds left in the opening quarter. Ball's on the turf, and it's scooped up by Blaze Conlon. And here's Perfetto on the far side of the field with the ball. Manhasset will have to go to get a shot off before the end of the quarter. Perfetto. And he scores. Low to high, and Matthew Perfetto at the buzzer puts Manhasset up 5-1 after the opening quarter, and the Indians are fired up. A well-played first quarter by them. Darien will talk things over, and we will take a quick break here. You are watching Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse on the DAF Media Network. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Jim O'Malley, Frank Coughlin joining you. Thanks for joining us for some Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse here at Ed Walsh Field on a beautiful morning in Manhasset, New York. Or I should say afternoon now. We have been here since morning setting up, and I want to thank everybody with the Manhasset Athletic Department, including Athletic Director Jim Amon, for their hospitality as Manhasset wins possession here. Chang. And it's turned over, and here comes Darien going the other way as they try to clear here. Nice pass up ahead to Bolton. And Ryan Blatney gets it to Will Plunkett, the midfielder, and Darien slowing things down just a little bit after clearing that ball. Jim, this is a Darien team that can score goals in a hurry, certainly. A 5-1 deficit, not insurmountable, but they got to find a way to try to climb out of this hole that they've dug themselves.
I agree. Manhasset has possessed the ball so much more than us. It's definitely it's a game of possession today, and we're going to clearly have to keep the ball, win the ground balls, and start shooting smart.
DeVita, and that shot sails wide of the post. It'll stay Darien's ball. Blue Wave down 5-1 here, just underway in the second quarter.
That was Henry Collier on the close defense work for Manhasset.
Come on, Hen! Way to go, Henry!
Matthew Stein with possession. Nice move by Stein.
Victor Diasso with the slide to cut off the goal line extension attempt by the Darien attackman.
Want to give a shout out to a couple people as we move through this broadcast, namely the Picornis watching in Somers, New York. Their grandsons playing, one in this junior varsity game and the other in the varsity game, Hudson Picorni. So Jane Picorni, if you're, or Jane, if you're watching. And that's a save by Shutterboom. Big shot by Darien's Ryan Blatney, but the save by Kester, and he has played well between the pipes. At the other end, Shutterboom.
Both Kester and Shutterboom went to their one knee. Excellent technique. They had those balls all the way. Terrific stops.
We're getting a midfield line change. Danny Lau, Connor O'Malley. And it looks like Ethan Haas coming in.
And it is Ethan Haas back out on the field. Ethan Haas does some work for DAF Media. I want to give another shout out to our DAF Media production crew. Danny Owenati, our director. Sarah Bogdan on instant replay. The shot there by Darien bounces over the crossbar. Ball is up in the air.
Kester again to get it on the short hop and provide the stop for the Indians.
Better ball movement for Darien down on the offensive end at this moment.
No question. Finishing up our DAF Media production crew, all student volunteers, by the way. Chris Eggs-Benedict on camera 1, Bo Hancock on camera 2, our ISO camera. Damian Andrew alongside Jim O'Malley and Frank Coughlin here at Ed Walsh Field. And it's 5-1 Manhasset. And we are back underway here on the stoppage of play.
Looks like Danny Lau taking it back behind, taking it back to X.
And that shot sails wide of the post by Stein. Ball stays with the Blue Wave. Just a beautiful afternoon here in Manhasset. Junior varsity boys lacrosse on the DAF Media Network. Nice pass there. DeVita tries to go with a little circus shot there over the shoulder, but rolls out of bounds. It'll stay with Darien. Stein back to DeVita.
Jack McCuster, the short stick D midi on that stop.
Here's DeVita, the big attackman. Danny Lowe here with the ball near side of the field. Swings it to DeVita. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds. DeVita looking to get it to Danny Lowe. Goes back to Manhasset.
The close defenseman Alex Cozy with the caused turnover there for the Indians.
Again, the Manhasset Indians in the home whites, moving from right to left on your screen here. And they will slow it down as they have a 5-1 lead with under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Beresheim with the ball. Swings it to Chang. Chang, a sophomore midfielder, will also handle face-offs. And right now, Indians content to just run some clock here, Frank.
Yes, they will try to draw the defense of the Blue Wave out, create more opportunity, and provide some spacing.
And that ball's on the turf. And
wow.
It's, well, when we arrived here, it's and that shot, it was overcast. The rain was still lingering somewhat, and it has turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous day here in Manhasset. Perfect day for this rivalry. Another ground ball, Jim O'Malley. And that's going to be a timeout by Manhasset. And we will take a quick timeout. 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 5-1 Manhasset. You are watching Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew alongside Jim O'Malley and Frank Conklin. We want to thank both of them for volunteering to commentate on this broadcast this afternoon. Under 4 minutes left in the second quarter. The Indians up by 4 goals. It's been an impressive performance, especially as Jim and I were talking off camera moments ago, by this Manhasset defense. Frank, the defense has really stood tall this afternoon thus far. And that ball hits the crossbar, and Dawson Riley thought he had himself a goal, but it hits the crossbar, bounces out of bounds, and Manhasset retains possession here.
I agree about the assessment of the Manhasset defense, both the short stick middies and also the close defense are denying opportunities for the Blue Wave, and they'll have to figure that out for the second half.
Yeah, you get the sense that Darien will talk some things over at the half and see if they can make some changes heading into the second half.
I think it's also important to note that Manhasset has been in a tough game and lost to St. Anthony's JV, and we were up, and the Friars came back to beat us. And this is the first real contest for the Darien JV.
Yeah, Darien has already played Ridgefield, Yorktown, and West Hill. They're off to a 3-0 start, but as you mentioned, Frank, certainly stepping up in class a bit against a very good Manhasset junior varsity team. And that's a goal for the Indians. Aiden Haggerty, the 8th grader, the midi. Haggerty scores and puts Manhasset up 6-1 with 2:06 remaining.
Haggerty with a bull dodge. He came topside, gave himself more of the face of the cage. Came flat-footed to shoot it, but got enough on it in order to get it past the goal line.
And right now, this first half has been dominated by the Manhasset Indians. Gulick and Chang at face-off X. And Gulick wins possession. And the Darien offense goes to work now. Important here, Jim, under 2 minutes left, that Darien tries to put something on the scoreboard to cut into this deficit.
Absolutely. I think they've got to score a goal here in the next minute and a half to make halftime a little bit more manageable. The team is definitely very well coached. I'm sure there'll be some assignment changes coming up. So I look forward to a really interesting second half.
And another solid effort by the Manhasset defense.
Henry Collier, the long pole on that play.
Great save.
Schutterboom with a nice save there for Darien.
Schutterboom is keeping this spread manageable for the Blue Wave.
Yeah, he has faced some shots between the pipes. Under a minute left. You heard it from the PA announcer here. And that shot, low to high, sails over the crossbar. Stein with the shot here. Darien retains possession. It is a timeout. We will take a timeout. We'll be back with more junior varsity boys lacrosse on the DAF Media Network. Darien up 6-1. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Jim O'Malley, Frank Coughlin joining you. Thanks for joining us on a beautiful afternoon here in Manhasset, New York. 51.6 seconds left in the first half. 6-1 Indians, and it has been all Manhasset here in the opening half. Darien with possession, though, as they try to cut into this deficit. Ball's on the turf, and it's scooped up by Manhasset as they, Alex Cozy wins the ground ball there. And Indians in transition, Frank.
Yes, Shane Conlon showed his speed and transition work to bring the ball into the attack box for the Indians.
And here comes Darien across midfield as under 10 seconds left in the first half. They'll have to go here, the Blue Wave. And a nice stop by Kester. And Manhattan will kill the clock here, and that'll do it for the opening half here at Manhasset High School. The junior varsity Manhasset Indians lacrosse team leads Darien 6-1. As we take a look at the Darien sideline there, we will take a break and we will be back with more lacrosse on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation.
Grab your retro yacht attire and escape with the Darien Foundation to our Rock the Yacht benefit on April 27th. There'll be dancing to sing-along hits from the 70s and 80s performed by Yacht Rock Review. The seaside setting and water views at the Tokenie Club make the perfect summer kickoff. Since 1998, the Darien Foundation has awarded more than $4 million in grants to benefit and enhance our community. For more information and to buy tickets, go to darienfoundation.org.
If you live in Darien, most likely you've benefited from the Darien Foundation. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4 million in grants to the Darien Emergency Services, public schools, and community organizations.
My husband and I are so happy to be raising our 4 young children in Darien. Over the years, I have admired the projects that the Darien Foundation has supported, and I'm excited to be a member of the board helping to further support the Foundation's mission. Kids' eyes light up when they talk about learning and eating in the edible garden at Tokenie School. And as a family, we've had so much fun watching varsity field hockey and lacrosse games under the Darien High School stadium lights. It certainly gives us peace of mind to know that if and when the next storm hits town, the Darien Library will always have power thanks to the Darien Foundation providing a generator.
As a resource, the Darien Foundation is unique within Fairfield County and indeed unique on a national level. For 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien and offering our community organizations, emergency services, and schools a local resource to help them pursue innovation and excellence. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Junior varsity boys lacrosse between Darien and Manhasset. Damian Andrew, joined by our broadcast volunteers for the afternoon, Frank Coughlin and Jim O'Malley. And we are back at Face Off X here as we are just about ready to get this second half started. Manhasset up 6-1, an impressive first half performance by the Indians. And Jim O'Malley, you said it on numerous occasions that about ground balls and winning possession, and Manhasset has done that. And then, oh, by the way, their defense has been stellar.
You hit it on the head. I'll tell you, the second half I saw Darien squad on the bench, and they're having a lot of conversations. And I think they've definitely seen what they have to change. So hopefully we'll have a better second half here for Darien.
On the wing play, Jack McCuster getting the ground ball for the Indians to win the faceoff.
And Manhasset, Frank, in the home white jerseys, they will be moving from left to right here during this third quarter. Darien in the Darien blue jerseys with the black numerals, and they'll be moving from right to left. Here's Matthew Perfetto on the far side of the field. Down to Alex Giacobbe, and Giacobbe, Frank, had a big first half for the Indians. And
yes, he really did with the 3 goals, and that one may have been a little bit of a force, however. But Perfetto and Giacobbe, it's a terrific ride by number 2, Matthew Perfetto.
And tried to get it to Dawson Riley, but pass a little off the mark. Riley couldn't come up with it. And here's Darien now as they get it across midfield into the box. They set up shop here on offense. And let's see what the Blue Wave can do on this possession.
They have Danny Lau, Ethan Haas, and Ryan Blatney on midfield now, so some fresh legs.
And a nice move by Haas. The bounce shot goes across the end line. That will stay with Darien as Aiden Haggerty comes off for Manhasset. And Jack McCuster back on the field for the Indians.
Double again by Cozy to strip the ball.
And here is Evan DeVita. He is big for an attackman, Jim. And a nice pass there, a little bang-bang play for Darien. DeVita finds Gifford, and Gifford has himself a goal. It's 6-2 now, Manhasset, as Darien gets on the scoreboard first here in the second half. And it'll be Chang and Gulick back at face-off X here.
Manhasset wings are Will Casey, number 4, and number 12, Jack McCusker.
That's a great ground ball by Will Plunkett there.
Under 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We are early here in the third. There's Danny Lowe.
Ryan Blatney up top. Got a nice pick there.
Ground ball by Will Casey of the Indians to McCuster.
Very solid defense there by Oliver Bolton, number 2. There we go. Oliver Bolton to Sander.
Darien clears, and here come the Blue Wave now. DeVita.
It seems like the old Darien Blue Wave that we know. Very good transition there. Good clear.
Yeah, Darien certainly likes to run and gun. No question about that. Like to play up-tempo. Here's Haas. Brendan Sargent doing a good job on Haas, Frank.
Yes, Brendan, his short stick midi work is excellent on ball.
And another save that time by Colin Kester.
Colin is seeing the ball well, and his ability to go low for these shots below his knees is outstanding.
Tyler Chang comes onto the field. He has the ball. McCuster checks in as well for Manhasset. Beresheim with possession on the far side of the field. Haas defending Beresheim. Ball's on the turf. And a nice job by Cavoli that time, Jim.
Yeah, Matthew Cavoli, he's a workhorse, that's for sure. He probably learned that from his father, but I doubt it.
Damian Andrew joined by Jim O'Malley and Frank Coughlin. And that shot sails wide of the post.
That was Jacoby coming from behind the cage, got his hands free for a shot on the run. Just needed to take one more step to have more of the face of the cage.
Perfetto with a little trickery there. And this is going to be Darien possession. 5:23 left in the third quarter. 6-2 Manhasset. Darien clears it. Oh, and our first flag of the afternoon. That's going to be a push on Manhasset. So first man up situation, Jim O'Malley, for Darien this afternoon here at Ed Walsh Field.
Yes, if Darien could score a goal here on man up, I think that would really change the momentum of the game a lot. It really would, and they need it.
Doorstep stop by Kester on that. Cozy does the cheap clear with the Manhasset Indians being man down.
That ball rolls across the end line. It will be Darien possession. Darien, a man up, but a turnover here. Ball's on.
Jacoby with the ride for the Indians. Perfetto with the ground ball in traffic.
And for those people familiar with Manhasset lacrosse, you definitely know the name Perfetto, as his brother will play in the varsity game coming up after this one. Perfetto takes it to the cage, and he scores. And it is 7-2 Manhasset here, with 4:19 left in the third quarter, as Perfetto scores to put the Indians up 5 goals. Just like Big Brother, Frank.
Yes, indeed. He saw the seam, and as I mentioned before, got to the full face of the cage, and for some reason the slides were slow for Darien, and he was almost able to walk right in, or run right in.
And it's Gulick and Chang facing off here with 4:19 left. So the officials talking to the scoreboard operator. The penalty will not be up on the scoreboard.
Who's man down?
And it doesn't appear to be a man-down situation here. So Darien with possession, up 7-2. I'm sorry, down 7-2.
This close defense of Patrick Leader and Cozy and Collier are doing outstanding work.
Sean Gifford pulls it out. And Darien resets here on offense as they look to mount an attack and try to cut into this Manhasset lead. Ball's on the turf, and the whistle, and that will be Manhasset possession. Again, the varsity boys lacrosse game between Darien and Manhasset coming up following this JV contest. And of course, last year it was a 1-goal victory for Darien up in Darien. They beat Manhasset 7-6. But this is junior varsity lacrosse, and you are watching it live on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Giacobbe. He's back at X now. And that ball will sail out of bounds. It stays with Manhasset.
Much of the Manhasset offense is coming through the attack, particularly Perfetto and Giacobbe, with the exception of Haggerty's goal.
And here's Perfetto with possession. Dawson Riley being hounded by Cavoli. And that's a nice save by Shutterboom on the shot by Chang. And here's Darien in transition. And an even better save at the other end for Colin Kester. And he has stood on his head at times.
Yes, he has. He's been a wall. The attackman looked high and shot high.
And Manhasset with possession, under 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Manhasset is inverting its midfielders. This is Beresheim.
Giacobbe with the shot, the stop by Shutterboom. under a minute remaining in the third. And here's Darien. And another nice stop by Kester. And that was from in close as we are approaching the end of the third quarter here. DeVita with possession for Darien, down to Gifford at X. And
It's
on the ground, ill-advised pass, and it is over and back. Manhasset possession. So an unforced error by Darien. And a stop by Shutterboom on the shot that time by William Beresheim, and that will do it as you hear the horn sound. That'll do it for the third quarter, and another impressive quarter for the Manhasset Indians. They're up 7-2. You are watching Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the fourth quarter here.
Grab your retro yacht attire and escape with the Darien Foundation to our Rock the Yacht benefit on April 27th. They'll be dancing to sing-along hits from the 70s and 80s performed by Yacht Rock Review. The seaside setting and water views at the Tokenie Club make the perfect summer kickoff. Since 1998, the Darien Foundation has awarded more than $4 million in grants to benefit and enhance our community. For more information and to buy tickets, go to darienfoundation.org.
We are back here live on the DAF Media Network. Damian Andrew, Jim O'Malley, and Frank Conklin joining you. And we were just talking, gentlemen, off air about the goalie play by Manhasset's Colin Kester, and he has done a terrific job, Frank.
He has, Damian, and he was a very good field player through his participation in PAL. And in the middle school, he converted to goalie and has taken it on with a passion, working very hard to truly become a top drawer stopper.
I want to thank everybody for watching. We have over 60 concurrent views for this Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse game, which is just terrific. And here comes Manhasset moving from right to left now on your screen in this fourth quarter. The Indians up 7-2. Lots of time left in this one, but they have pretty much locked it down for the first three quarters of this game.
The wing play of Manhasset, that was number 15, Brendan Sargent with the ground ball. His dad, Liam Sargent, is a Fairfield Prep grad and Connecticut native.
And Manhasset with possession, in control. And here's Aiden Haggerty on the far side of the field. Connor O'Malley there guarding him as the Indians look to go here. Haggerty, great defense by O'Malley. And here's Perfetto now. 2-on-2, Oliver Bolton, Darien's long pole defenseman guarding Perfetto. And Frank, I know I've mentioned his older brother, Lewis, a couple of times already on this broadcast. We'll be saying his name in the varsity contest as that shot sails wide of the post. And he's off to a pretty good season for Manhasset this year.
Both boys are excellent attackmen. They can carry the ball, they can distribute, and they also have a nose for the goal.
And that's a goal for Manhasset. Giacobbe adds to his point total this afternoon. Alex Giacobbe, the sophomore.
Alex was able to get right to the crease, and he is able to create his own separation. For a while in the third quarter, the Manhasset attackmen, frankly, were holding on to the ball too much. But Giacobbe is able to get his hands free and see the face of the cage.
So Chase Gulick wins possession, and Ethan Haas comes onto the field, as does Connor O'Malley. DeVita with the ball. Gets it to Stein, and that shot sails wide of the post. Jim, Darien has gotten some decent looks in this one, just haven't been able to capitalize. Only 2 goals this afternoon against a very tough Manhasset defense. And another great save by Kester.
The pipe may have helped on that one.
And there's a goal for Darien as Connor O'Malley rings one up for the Blue Wave. At 9:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I think you're right, Frank, on that. The first shot there, I think that the post did help Kester a little bit.
The goalie's best friend, they call it.
Yep.
What do they call it? Beat the keeper, but not the post?
Denied by the iron.
So we'll see if that O'Malley goal, Jim, gives Darien some momentum here with 9:17 remaining.
We have a 5-point deficit. It's gonna require an awful lot of effort and some possessions on the faceoffs. That's for sure.
And a violation there, and it'll be Manhasset possession. McCuster, he gets it to Chang. Here's Chang with possession to Giacobbe.
He's got a short stick on him. Giacobbe has been able to do whatever he wants. I almost would face him off if I were calling the shots for the Blue Wave.
Here's Giacobbe, as you mentioned, being guarded by Haas, the short stick midi. Ball's on the turf, scooped back up by Manhasset, and bounces off of Chang's knee.
Chang was shooting it before he caught it.
Yes, he was. He was thinking about the shot before he gained possession, and here comes Darien.
That was Oliver Bolton. That was a great ground ball and a great transition.
And here's DeVita. So possession from here on out, as you mentioned, Jim, just moments ago, will be crucial for Darien. Ball's on the turf, and they can't turn it over.
Cozy is an excellent on-ball defenseman. He's also a big body, so even though DeVita's a big boy, so is Cozy. It's a tough matchup for DeVita.
And here comes Manhasset. And they get it into the box, pull it back out. And Frank, if I'm the Indians right now, you're probably in no rush to do much here. You can run some clock. Of course, there's no shot clock like there is now in the college game at the high school level.
I agree with that, Damon. I think that Manhasset still has to play to win rather than play not to lose.
Sure.
And
Understood.
however, I would say that individual takes, they should move the ball and draw the defense out as best they can, which is what is going on now with Perfetto, who also has a short stick.
And that's a goal on the bounce shot by Perfetto as he works his way around Blatney. And at 6:40 remaining in the fourth quarter, it's 9-3.
As with Jacoby in the possession before, when the Indians are able to cause a switch and have a short stick on either a Perfetto or Giacobbe, that's when the slide has to come quickly from the close defense.
Chang and Gulick at face-off X here. And this possession crucial for the Wave.
And Conlon with the wing work, ground ball, face-off win for the Indians.
Conlon with a big possession there for Manhasset. And there's a timeout on the field. Manhasset calls the TO. 6:10 left in the game. 9-3 Indians. You are watching Junior Varsity Boys Lacrosse on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. While we have a moment, I want to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew. All student volunteers. On camera one is Chris Eggs Benedict. And you thought Blaze Conlon, Frank, was a good name. How about that? Chris Eggs Benedict. That's his nickname. One of the great nicknames there is. Bo Hancock on camera 2. Our director is Danny Owenati. It's also his birthday, so happy birthday to Danny. And Sarah Bogdan is our instant replay coordinator. You are watching the DAF Media Network. There's a timeout on the field. We will take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with more Junior Varsity Lacrosse. We are back here on the DAF Media Network. Play resumes. Manhasset up 9-3. Under 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter here. Indians with possession, wearing those home whites, and nice stop by Xander Schudaboom. With some of the names in this game, gentlemen, we could have a all-name lacrosse team, no doubt about it.
Yes.
And here's Darien. Will Plunkett. Ball's on the turf. DeVita keeps it inbounds. And the ground ball.
Henry Collier with that defensive stop for the Indians.
Darien gets it back, and there's a goal for the Blue Wave as Stein scores. He's able to beat Kester, which has not been an easy feat this afternoon, the way he has played between the pipes for Manhasset. But a nice goal by Stein as he fakes high, goes low.
Indians lead 9-4 with 5:04 left in the fourth quarter.
And Coach Brian Ackerman of Manhasset talking things over on the sideline with his team. No letdown basically is the message, as you had alluded to a few minutes back, Frank. You got to play to win, not play not to lose.
Yes. This game is not over. That's a Tyler Chang with a wonderful face-off win, and the Indians pull it out.
And time is definitely on Manhasset's side here. They can afford to run some clock. Up by 5. And again, it'll be all about possession here from here on out. Nick Vulpes in front nearly had himself a goal, and I think what happened, Frank, is he was thinking about the shot before he possessed the ball. And
yes, once again, he had visions of grandeur
yep.
Without the ball.
Certainly did. There's a timeout on the field here. 4:30 remaining in the game. Manhasset up 9-4. Damian Andrew alongside Jim O'Malley and Frank Coughlin, our DAF media production crew, all student volunteers. Danny Owenati, Sarah Bogdan, Bo Hancock, and Chris Eggs Benedict. And I want to thank all of them for their efforts, all student volunteers, and they do a terrific job bringing you the sights and sounds on these DAF media live streams. We are live here in Manhasset, New York, for a junior varsity matchup between the Manhasset Indians and the Darien Blue Wave, an annual rivalry, the Battle of the Sound, if you will. And right now, this has been Manhattan's game, up by 5 goals. And Jim, it's going to take a real effort here for Darien to come back in this one. And as you have mentioned throughout possession, so important. It is certainly vital for Darien to well, to gain possession, score a goal, and then try to regain possession.
Exactly, and Darien was never able to change the momentum at all today.
Yep.
That makes it very difficult, but hats off to Manhasset. They played a great game in almost every position.
Still 4:30 left in this one, but it's going to take a monumental effort from Darien to get back in this one. Play has resumed, and this is Jack McCuster with possession.
Manhasset will probably draw a stall warning rather than take a shot unless they have a doorstep opportunity.
Yep. And they did have a doorstep opportunity before the timeout with Vulpes on the doorstep, just couldn't.
At some point with this spread, too, the goalie has to come out of the cage if he sees a double opportunity.
Perfetto scoops it back up. And Darien now with possession. Oliver Bolton. Here's Stein. Back to Gifford. Gifford gets it to Haas, and Ryan Blatney comes into the game. And another errant pass by Darien, and another great save by Kester.
He has double-digit saves today at least, and as I said earlier, he's seeing the ball well, stands tall, but yet he can quickly go to his knees. Outstanding work by Kester.
Nice, Matthew!
That's great D there by Matthew Cavoli. One of our most aggressive defense players on the team.
Yeah, Cavoli has certainly played well in spots for Darien this afternoon. It has gotten rather warm outside here. An absolutely beautiful day. Temperatures certainly in the 60s. And under 2 minutes remaining now is Darien. You said it, Jim. Darien has to go. Here's Stein at X. Danny Lowe. And here's Haas.
Not sure what Darien's waiting for here. We have 2 minutes left.
Ball batted down by Manhasset. It's on the turf.
Will Beresheim with the deflection.
And that'll be Darien ball. DeVita to Stein. Goal, Darien.
Oh, beautiful goal.
Nice play by the Wave as DeVita finds Stein, and he finds himself another goal. It's 9-5 now. Manhasset with 1:14 remaining. Darien down 4 goals.
It's a critical goal under the New York State Public High School Athletic Association rules. The Indians are required with the lead in a 4-goal or less spread to keep it in the attack box if they do gain possession.
You know, as I mentioned earlier, Matthew Stein at attack. Lacrosse runs in his family. His father was a 89 Hobart grad and inducted into the Lacrosse Hall of Fame. So Matthew, he's got some skills that I guess his father must have given him.
Yeah, absolutely. An athletic family. And
highlight reel check, and it worked.
Yep.
And under a minute remaining in this one.
They left the box. As I just said, it's a legal procedure with this spread 4 or less, and Manhasset left the box.
Good call by Frank Coughlin. And here's Cavoli across midfield. DeVita shoots high, and he's able to beat Kessler. And it's now 9-6 Manhasset with 31.8 seconds remaining. All of a sudden, the Darien offense, Jim, has come alive, but it's probably a case of a little bit too late here.
I would agree with that, absolutely. But the fight, they don't give up.
They don't.
They keep the fight, and that's what our program's all about.
Yep. Yeah, this is a great rivalry. 2 terrific, tradition-rich programs on display in this JV game and the varsity game coming up next. And that will be live streamed on the DAF Media Network.
Tyler Chang was held on that face-off. His face-off work has been outstanding, and then he throws the ball away.
Yeah, and a goal for the Blue Wave. And that was Thomas Traeger. 13 seconds left. And it's 9-7 now as Darien is pulled to within 2 goals of Manhasset.
Unbelievable.
The Indians were cavalier after that face-off win. Sloppy with the ball, and they paid the price. Quick hands by Cheng again.
And ball's on the turf.
Actually, it's Beresheim, I'm sorry, on the face-off.
And that's going to be Manhasset ball, and that will do it for this one as time will run out on the Darien comeback, and they did make a furious comeback. They're going to come up short. A well-played game by the Manhasset Indians as they jumped out to an early lead, able to hold on, and they pull away, or they hold on to win, I should say, 9-7 here. And Frank, your final thoughts on this one?
The Darien defense had no answer for Giacobbe and Perfetto. At the same time, the Manhasset close defense and the short sticks were able to shut off opportunities. But to me, it comes down to both what I said. Giacobbe and Perfetto should have drawn quicker slides, and both of them had an outstanding game. And Colin Kester in goal, as I mentioned, double-digit plus goals, seeing the ball really well and making a number of doorstop saves.
Absolutely, and Jim, Frank pretty much summed it up, but what a nice comeback for the Blue Wave. Just time against them is they make a furious comeback, but they come up short. And to your point, just in this program, there's no give up.
Absolutely. I wish there was another quarter. There wasn't. But, yeah, hats off to Manhasset, and yet again another great day to be outside watching high school lacrosse.
Absolutely. Beautiful day here at Ed Walsh Field. I want to thank both of you, Frank Coughlin and Jim O'Malley, for joining us on this one. Thank you for your efforts this afternoon. Darien and Manhasset. The JV game is over. The Indians win 9-7. I want to thank our DAF media production crew, Bo Hancock, Sarah Bogdan, Danny Owenati, and Chris Eggs Benedict. Again, from Ed Walsh Field here in Manhasset, New York, the Indians beat the Blue Wave 9-7. Thanks for watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation.
Thank you, Damien.
Thank you, Damien.
Grab your retro yacht attire and escape with the Darien Foundation to our Rock the Yacht benefit on April 27th. There'll be dancing to sing-along hits from the 70s and 80s performed by Yacht Rock Review. The seaside setting and water views at the Tokenie Club make the perfect summer kickoff. Since 1998, the Darien Foundation has awarded more than $4 million in grants to benefit and enhance our community. For more information and to buy tickets, go to darienfoundation.org.